Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and evening to you. That actually depends on your location and from wherever you are watching from. God bless you for joining me once again. As you know that what we usually do here is that we update you with trending issues on social media space. So I want to welcome you guys once again for this update. The captain of the ValueJet pilots has come out to tell us the story, what happened between her and Kwam1, the ultimate, at the airport in Abuja. And since this particular incident happened, we have seen a lot of videos on social media space that shows how the old thing happened at the airport. And based on the news that flying around, we have heard that the captain had been suspended so that the investigation can go on well, and Kwam1 the Ultimate has been blacklisted in the uh, to board any aircraft in Nigeria, I think for 6 months. So those are the things that we are seeing on social media space. Now, the captain of the ValueJet airline has come out to explain to us what happened and what transpired between her and Kwam1 the Ultimate in Abuja Airport. So let us read together what Captain Olunoti Ogoyi said in her statement that she released. Now, let's go there. Value Jet pilot Captain Olunoti narrates her experience with Kwam1 the Ultimate during Abuja Airport saga. The suspended pilot of ValueJet airline, Olunoti Ogoyi, has explained in details what transpired between her and Fuji musician King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, and also known as Kwam1 the Ultimate. The pilot was suspended with a co-pilot, flight officials Ivan Oloba, by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority for violating safety rules. The NCAA has also blacklisted Kwam1 from flying in Nigeria for 6 months. Captain Ogoyi, recounting her experience with Kwam1, wrote during boarding, which commenced as scheduled at 8:10 a.m. Approached the aircraft at about 8:15 to 8:20, carrying a gold flask of unknown content. Ground staff requested, as per standard procedure, to verify the content of the flask. He vehemently refused. He was seen drinking from the flask, and the ground staff suspected that it contained alcohol, a substance prohibited on board in aircraft, on board aircraft in Nigeria. Instead, he responded with comments such as, "Do you know who I am? You have no right to tell me to open my flask." As he reached the foot of the aircraft, security personnel reiterated that he could not board without complying with the inspection. He became confrontational, causing a disruption. To manage the situation and prevent further delay, I exited the cockpit and approached Mr. Ayinde to engage him amicably. Without warning, he opened the flask and poured its content on me, the security personnel, and some nearby passengers. Following this assault, airport security intervened and other passengers were allowed to continue boarding. The head of security advisor, Mr. Ayinde, should not be permitted to travel on the flight due to his behavior. I agree, patronizing the safety of my passengers and crew. After shutting the aircraft door, I observed that Mr. Ayinde was still near the aircraft, obstructing movement. I made a public announcement to inform passengers of the delay while security personnel worked to remove him from the area. Once he was moved out of sight, I commenced taxing and departed from Lagos at approximately 8:50, sorry. The incident caused significant delay, disruption, and posed delay risks. Yeah, that is the statement from the Captain Oluranti Ogoyi. Though she has been suspended, the investigation is ongoing. Kwam1 the Ultimate has been blacklisted to travel in Nigeria for now on here and for 6 months, and that is what is ongoing. And a lot of things happening right now. Some group of people have been asking IGP to arrest Kwam1 the Ultimate. You know, a lot is happening right now in social media space. That is that. Now, I want us to go to the platform of Sisidupe because a lot of people actually spoke from the diaspora, people that work in aviation and they saw a lot of lapses from the pilot, the co-pilot, the captain, Kwam1 the Ultimate, even the security personnel that were on ground, that one way or the other, they also contributed to all what happened. You know, a lot of secret were revealed. Who is Kwam1 the Ultimate to question the people at the duty, at their duty post at the airport? If it to be in a sane environment, you know, by now, according to what people are analyzing by now, Kwam1 the Ultimate must have been arrested. But let us hear what people said in this platform. A lot of people actually spoke and they said it out of their concern for Nigeria. So guys, let's go there and listen to all these things from our Sisidupe platform on TikTok. Thank you.
Let him follow the rules.
Thank you. Orense, do you have anything to say?
Oh, no.
Mr. Larry, sir.
Ekale Sisidupe.
Ekale, sir.
Any topic to wà lálẹ́ yìí ó lágbára gan.
Yes, sir.
In the sense that we take safety, the rule of law and safety into consideration. Lákòókò, Sherry, wọ́n ní Wàsíù wà ní VIP lodge kó tó wá sórí tarmac.
Okay.
Now, VIP lodge tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n rí nǹkan tó mú, wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tó gbé dání.
Okay.
So, wọ́n notice pé tó bá gbé kiri ẹ̀ wọlé, kò yé yín, ó lè jẹ́ orí ìjókòó tó wà ló ti mú àwọn èèyàn tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ àbàwò kí wá ìtọ́ ìfúláyè tó ṣe é ṣe fún báyìí.
Need excuse, it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Now, nítorí agbára àti ipò tóun ní, ó lò lórí plane yẹn, ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ lò lórí pilot. Kí pilot tó lè taxi, kò yé yín mà, àwọn tó wà lẹ̀ wọ́n á full authorization.
Exactly.
Àwọn tó wà ní control tower wọ́n á full authorization. Tí control tower bá full authorization kò ní láti dúró mọ́.
God bless you.
Tó bá dúró, ó bá pay penalty.
Okay.
Now, gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, pilot ò default. Wọ́n suspend ẹ̀ fún investigation purpose.
Money they didn't give her. I don't know how far it's true. Somebody just said in the comment section
they didn't give her kò lè move. Wọ́n ní yọkiri ẹ̀ kúrò lẹ́sẹ̀. Tọ́ba ní they didn't give her wọ́n ní yọkiri ẹ̀ kúrò lẹ́sẹ̀. Ṣé mo pé òun ti wà ní cabin? Ibi tó wà yẹn, point tí mo fẹ́ yọ fún yín, ibi tó wà yẹn, síbi tí Wàsíù wà, òun náà ń pè ní blind spot. Kò lè rí ìkọ̀kọ̀. The only reason tó lè fi rí ní tí CCTV bá wà nínú plane yẹn tó fi rí sàlẹ̀.
Okay.
Tí ò bá sí ń bẹ̀, kò lè rí ìkọ̀kọ̀. Àwọn tó wà níwájú ẹni tó dúró síwájú ẹ̀, ó ní èèyàn kan tó dúró síwájú ẹ̀ tó máa sọ pé move, má move. Ẹni tó wà níwájú ẹ̀ ló ń control pilot nínú kíní tó wà. So, pilot ò ní fault. Ní side ìtọ̀dọ̀ tèmi ò mọ̀kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ behind the closed door. Bẹ̀ kò ní fault torí wọ́n signal fún pé move. Ló ṣe move. Tó bá signal fún kò ní move. Tí control tower bá fún ní okay. Tó clear pé okay you can taxi. Kò ní move kúrò níbi tó wà. So, ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Wàsíù kẹ̀dẹ̀ ní ó take risk because tá bá wo fídíò yẹn dáadáa nígbà tí plane yẹn di kó move ó fẹ́ sáré tẹ̀lé plane yẹn kó lọ bọ́ síwájú. It's not done. It's not done. Position tó wà ó yẹ kó ti ju gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn lọ. It doesn't, I mean, kò tẹ warrant kọ bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá. It should be ashamed of himself. We have to be honest. It should be ashamed of himself. Báwo ló ṣe máa take or put life at risk or put life gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú play at risk kátẹ̀sán àwọn tó ń bẹ̀ because àwọn yẹn wọ́n they shouldn't have done that. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ bí country wa ṣe rí because àwọn ọlọ́pàá wà ní airport yẹn kò sọ ọlọ́pàá tó bẹ́ẹ̀ láti lọ síbi tí Wàsíù wà torí ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n. And that shouldn't have happened. Ó yẹ kó arrest lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ni ó yẹ kó bọ́ndù ẹ̀ kúrò ní gbogbo mo sọ kiri rí one time àwọn tó máa ń pera wọn ní VIP lọ́dọ̀ wa tẹ bá rí wọn ní airport bó ṣe máa ń ṣe ẹ jẹ́ kó bọ́lẹ̀ nínú plane ní any other foreign country kẹ́wọ́ bó ṣe máa ṣe. Wasiu knows better. He knows better. This is not the first time. Ìtọ́pọ̀ wà Nàìjíríà èmi òun ló jẹ́ kó ṣe nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn and it's all right. We have to pilot here me mokoto ma conclude sí o and thank God bàbá náà senator ni so wọ́n jọ máa lo agbára fáwọn méjèèjì ni you know but pilot here kò ṣe kan tó rọ tó bá fún ní
now they are talking they pick him up in short kan tó kúrò ńbẹ̀ ó yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ test bóyá ó yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ gbẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn kó kọ́kọ́ test nǹkan tó wà nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn kan tó kúrò níbẹ̀ yẹn.
Bísí ibi tó ti kúrò wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tó gbé dání we don't have to ní láti negotiate yẹn.
Mr. Larry this is evidence based tó bá jẹ́ kíkẹ́ wọn kúrò ń bẹ̀ yẹn then àwọn kan máa wá ní we saw him K1 can say no they are lying kan tó kúrò ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
But they said he was arrested and he was released after.
Okay. Because in short àṣírí àti ẹ̀tù because tó bá yẹ pé lóòótọ́ náà dá òfin yẹn
because this is K1 wọ́n fún ní that privilege pé this is
K1
because tó bá jẹ́ lómi ni kò ní lọ lẹ́jọ́ yẹn tó bá jẹ́ lómi kò ní lọ sílé.
And that is why Kwam1 has released a memo ìtorí ẹ̀ ló ṣe put on flight risk both for international and domestic flight until after the investigation.
Yeah, that's the consequence. Consequence kan tó ṣe nìyẹn consequence kan tó ṣe you realize is wrong.
Because they actually asked why did they suspend the pilot without doing anything to K1. Sister Dupe, you are still on mute.
SABR Rabi Sabahar anybody that blamed the pilot will see tomorrow. Ìwọ fúnra rẹ̀ you and all your generation you will not see tomorrow.
Ẹni ẹ block ẹ sọnù ṣé o ti block ẹ.
Mo ti block ẹ. Block area. You can't dialogue without saying rubbish nonsense.
Àwọn ṣe mọ àwọn irú àwọn èèyàn báyìí náà ẹ máa pàdé wọn.
Ó náà nítorí ẹ̀ mo ṣe mọ̀ pé mi ò ń ṣe nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mo ṣe fún lésì ẹ̀ òun àti gbogbo àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ wọn ò ní rọ́la wọn tiẹ̀ ní rálẹ̀ yìí dépò tó máa rọ́tún la rubbish. Ẹ bá mi parí submission yín jèrè mi Salami.
Actually mo tẹ̀ ti parí point because our point mo kàn fẹ́ try pé ká get clear nìyẹn pé pilot yẹn kì í ṣe pé act on our own right ó ní àwọn tó communicate pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ títí wọ last minute tó fi taxi ó léèyàn tó communicate pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá fún ní go kò ní lọ number one. Number two ibi tí Wàsíù wà is a very serious tabadi truck driver tó wà lórí platform ìkẹ́bìrì lọ́wọ́ wọn or bóyá táwọn gan bá drive ẹ̀ rí pé àwọn trucks mi wọ́n máa kọ́ sẹ́gbẹ̀ wọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn tẹ wà yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó lè rí driver wọ́n lè rí yí ká tó wá ní plane ẹ mọ how many meters high ní plane kò lè rí ibi tó wà yẹn kò lè mọ̀ pé yọ̀ dúró síbẹ̀ after tó bá tẹ̀ lọ àwọn passenger náà ṣe máa rí pé àwọn èèyàn wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ pilot ò lè rí so kan tí mo fẹ́ try láti add sí tó wà lẹ́rìí ẹ̀ thank you so much
Mr. Larry. Emma.
You're welcome.
Hello everybody. Okay, so this is I'm not going to speak as to the aviation because I don't know so much. I'm going to say it based on the legal aspect of this thing. Kwam1 put everybody at risk. He can be sued for attempted murder because you stood in the place where it could cause harm. There's somebody, the first person that spoke said if it was a Boeing, It will suck you into the engine. It will cause what do you call that thing? It will cause fire. There'll be a fire outbreak, and then there'll be an explosion of the plane. Correct? Now that is what you call attempted murder, because you stood where you were using the plane as a weapon. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to go back and forth between Kwam1 and the pilot. The pilot could have said, oh, you can say, oh, the pilot was trying to kill Kwam1. No. If you cross an express road, what are you trying to do? You're trying to commit suicide, because is dangerous. Okay, there is no stop sign. There's nothing to say that you should not cross. Neither is there anything to cause that what do you call it? Neither is there anything that tells the driver that you're supposed to stop. That he's supposed to stop on the way. Okay, it is an express road for a reason. Go straight. There's a steady speed at which you're supposed to travel. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Can we compare both, Sha? Because no, express, somebody is going in, bam. But this one, the plane was still standing when the issue started. I'm just asking.
No, I'm putting this out there based on like the explanation of, you are trying to constitute a nuisance that might cause danger to other people. You cannot hold the pilot overly responsible. Yes, can she be queried? Sort of. Because she did what she ought to do. He was standing in the blind spot of the lady. Okay. Now on the other side, Kwam1 was belligerent. You know the rule. You know the rule. You don't carry liquid, but you were acting like you are acting like you can break rules and get away with it. And then he went on to say, do you know who I am? Go and watch the video. He said it. They were begging him on a very good day. You are begging. Who are you? Why are you begging him? You should have arrested him immediately. The police would have been called. It's not the regular people that would have come there to handle him. It's the police that would have carried him. He would have been under arrest. Once you leave in handcuffs, right? International law. Once you live in handcuffs, you go and settle this at the police station, and that flight can go. Because, like somebody said, every second counts in a flight. Every second counts in a flight. Because they will sanction that airline for wasting time. They will sanction the pilot for wasting time. And then there are people that are waiting. Meanwhile, if your flight is delayed, other things are tangent to that flight arrival. His arrogance now became very expensive for everybody.
Emma, is a pilot supposed to move when somebody asks? Is a pilot supposed to move when the tarmac is not empty? When the vicinity of where he's moving to is not empty?
Okay, so now the question, I will answer that question with another question, right? That I don't know, the planes that I have been on, right? They have cameras that will tell you, like it can tell you if something is in front of you by the side. You can actually see it on your screen as the plane is moving. So I don't know why, if this plane has that facility, and if that facility is not on the plane as in form of that technology, is there no human you are muted.
Still on mute.
You are muted.
When we are saying empty, it's not the whole tarmac. Number 16. I'm saying vicinity because if I move,
move. Okay, so you know there's when the plane is moving. When the plane
ground
is moving,
staff often have radio to communicate with the control tower. So
exactly.
It's not as if so they have the radio, the people controlling the aircraft, the taxi.
But there's
people,
somebody, Mr. Amit,
so,
there's somebody on ground also that uses, there's an orange thing that they use.
That's why I said that's the person with the taxi. That's why I'm saying
so
he has a radio.
Yes.
a radio to communicate with the control tower.
Thank you very much.
Do you get
So
it?
that
So there's no excuse for her
that
to have
pilot.
actually moved. Yeah, she was wrong.
Exactly. Yes. Now, then the people that were begging him, at that point, you could hear the engine roar. You could have pulled him away, physically grab him and pull him away. Whatever he wants to say, let him say. Pull him away. He's causing.
Now you are talking, Emma.
Yes.
If it was somebody like me and you think we'll be there?
They will bundle. I thank you.
One, it is so why be around Benny.
Yeah. Somebody called the air marshal, the aircraft marshal. Yes. Now you'd have pulled him away, bundled him physically, and moved him away from the physical proximity of that plane. We will settle that one later. You can call me whatever name you want to call me, sir. But right now, this is the rule. Now, we as Nigerians, we lose ourselves. We forget that there are rules that we must follow regardless of who we are, for the safety of our lives and the longevity of other people's lives. Now, if you think Kwam1 did the right thing by putting out that press release, right? You are on mute, Sister Dupe. Okay. Kwam1 did the right thing by putting out that press release. I am sorry. The two people involved, Kwam1 especially, he's the one that set the ball of the issue rolling. Why did you bring alcohol on the plane? Number one. Number two, the people that checked you in, why didn't they find out what you had in your bag to tell you, sir, you have to empty this thing? You have to. If they can tell mothers not to carry water through, that they will give them water for their baby's food. Who are you that you are carrying alcohol? That is disregard of other people's safety. It is not right. It is unfair. We must always think about other people. You are driving. That is why now in the US, if your child does something, your child who is underage does something, you, the parent too, will be held responsible. Or TERR, àwọn terror whatever yẹn tó ń bá rí pé ó gbébọn, yes, ìbọn wà legal àbí, but wọn sọ pé kó lọ kàn fi pààyàn anyhow, right? Now ọmọ tó pààyàn ní Highland Park ní Illinois the other day, 2 years, was it 2 years ago or last year? I can't remember, maybe 2 years ago. Mama àti bàbá wọ́n arrest àwọn méjèèjì, wọ́n charge wọn. Why? Because ìwọ ló lọ ra bọn fún 16th or 17th birthday ó fún níbọn. You will be brought to book. If you understand that there are consequences that will not be twisted because of who you are, you will not do certain things. That's the way I'm looking at this. And I believe that he must be Kini. For on a good day, why is he even calling the owner? What's the owner going to do? There are too many issues here that we need to deal with, that it affects all of us. Mo wà ní shop wọ́n fẹ́ ta oúnjẹ fún mi for free. Meanwhile, you have set principles down. You must not sell anything on credit. Boys for me. You are setting a precedent that you cannot continue. Now you are in an airport, you own the airline that you are running, but you are subject to a federal rule. You are subject to a state rule. You are subject to a municipal rule. Lagos police would have come to carry you on a very good day. Airport police would have carried you on a good day. You will pay the fine for holding that plane hostage on a good day. That is a terrorist act that he did. That was a terrorist act that he committed. He must be brought to.
Thank you, Emma.
Avoid that T word. Avoid that word.
Emma, don't use that word. Just say terror.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
All right, Emma. Thank you. 888.
Okay, so I watched the video on Facebook and I saw another angle where he stood in front of the plane, the nose of the plane, and he was talking on the phone. Most likely trying to call somebody ahead to get an
Apparently they said he was calling the owner then.
He was calling the owner, yeah.
Which is really ridiculous, because now you have this mentality of, oh, Mentimo Jenny, don't you know who I am? I can stop this plane whenever I want to. That kind of mentality, and you're putting everybody at risk, like we've all said. You know, I think he's at fault. I blame him 100% because that is an act of ignorance and ego that is driving him to do whatever it is that he's thinking he's doing. And so much that, okay, if it's water that is in the water bottle, why can't you empty it? Why are you still holding on to it? Oh, it's not alcohol, it's water, but you can't empty it.
Are you saying his behavior excused, the
no,
staff
his behavior is
and the aviation people?
Is erratic, is acting like he's not there, he's not up there, because this behavior is acting as if is above the law. I can do whatever I want to do. Nonchalant. I can stop the plane because I am who? I'm K1. You have two heads. Oh, Lori Meji now. So I blame him a whole 100%. I don't really blame if they want to blame the pilots, maybe just fine her. That's all. But I don't think she's at fault. But he was putting everybody's life at risk for trying to stop the jet. You're a human being and you want to stand in front of the plane. You want to stop the plane with your whole body, with your tiny body.
Do you know? Tó bá ń ṣe àjẹsára sí dádì mi jẹsára. Àjẹsára ni. Báwo ni? You know the way he was running after the plane?
I saw
the reflex that he looked back and ducked. 1 second. It could have been worse.
Yes.
Àjẹsára ni.
That is stupid. Very stupid.
Ara wọn gbóná wá. Bára wọn ṣe gbóná ni wọ́n sáré wẹ̀yìn náà rí pé yé orí mi ò. Wọ́n sáré duck.
If you're in your right mind and you're not under any influence of alcohol or whatever it is that you've consumed before coming onto that plane, you won't be doing that, or you won't be acting like that. And they should have arrested him because of the Kwam1 or for they can't touch him, untouchable.
No, like they did arrest him. He was arrested.
What kind of arrest? Show off your
well,
exactly.
Of course not. It's not everybody that they arrest like that. Okay, he was detained. Yeah.
So they do. That's. If it was in the Western world that we are in, it would have been in jail right now because that is not a normal act. He's under the influence. Because your judgment has been clouded with whatever it is that you consume before getting on board. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Mobiz. Emma Bino Eripe 8 box ni. Just be patient. It will get to all of us. Mobiz.
Ekale everybody.
Ekale kusuru.
Sherry 40 yen. Ibi tí mo ni manu ti wá. Àti both K1 o, àti both pilot.
God bless you. I'll take
Ibi tí 40 yen ti wá ni.
Hold on. Oh, okay, you've brought him up.
Ibi tí 40 yen ti wá ni AFSEC. I'm sorry to say it. Sherry, àwọn AFSEC tó ń bẹ K1 yen. Àwọn náà usher in. I wasn't there, but mo sure.
Àwọn ni ASEC.
Àwọn security.
Ṣáwọn tó wọ reflective kini yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. They did not put on uniform, but they put on reflective jacket. The first person, and Mr. Larry has spoken. It was after the checking in, he went to the lounge. Tell everybody more. I work at the airport into travel. Àwọn náà usher in. Báwo náà ṣe máa ajákẹ́ ní ṣòkòtò. Wọ́n máa wọ kóńbé tí plane ti fẹ́ Taizing. The marshal, ó ti fún pilot ní go ahead. Pé kó máa lọ. Ìyẹn náà ti bínú because both the pilot and the marshal, they been frustrated by K1. Wọ́n ṣe kúrò ńbẹ̀, wọ́n ṣe wọ́n pé AFSEC will handle it.
Oh, are you saying that they tried before?
They must have. Because I worked there, I work on tarmac before I traveled.
They must have. Not see. Because they don't get one already.
Àwọn AFSEC yẹn, wọn ò lè bond rẹ̀ because àwọn náà usher in. Ẹ máa rí àwọn all these dealer kìíní kan, I don't want to say it on line. Àwọn tẹ́bágà àwọn tó máa usher àwọn ọ̀gá AFSEC ni. Kò sí nǹkan tó take wọn láti rédíò police ń pé kán wá gbé. But wọn ò lè ṣe because àwọn náà usher in. Ó ti drop owó after the VIP àwọn náà tí ó ṣe débẹ̀ yẹn kó tó wá pé wọ́n pín nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀.
But sorry, can I ask you something to what you said? Because you used to work in the airport. When you say usher him in, you mean that they've likely cleared him before the airport? That's part of the problem. Yes. I understand you now. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
Number 2, tó bá jẹ́ ń pé Dami, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi Dami K1 the ultimate. Ń pé Dami Marshal ni pilot yẹn. wọ́n máa fi sí tribalism, wọ́n máa ní tó wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe election, they want to tackle K1, they want to tackle president Nigeria. tó bá ń pè dami ní pilot yẹn, this is what we have been saying. And let me my time ṣẹ̀sìn kan mi kíta mi ìdíwà lọ sọ fún bàbá ẹ̀ pé somebody did this, somebody do that. K1 máa jáde níjọ́ kejì ó máa sọ̀rọ̀. Number 3, Sherry calling the owner of the jet. I witnessed one bóyá 2018 or 19. Ọmọ Saraki, Bukola Saraki fẹ́ ṣe wedding. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ kó SS luggage wá. Ó tún kó àwọn èrò wá. Ó ní láti máa sọ fún pilot yẹn pé kò lè move. The next thing we could see, they started calling Oyema and his wife. Answer our business. I think Oyema and his wife. I was among the people begging them. Don't talk about only me. Just all because emoyon. Cannot if at a long pentoni jet to ValueJet. Nítorí any power. I want to say to buy me at yini. Oh my Jack one shokotoni. I know them very well. Oh my Jack one shokotoma fawaku mbeni. Everybody let shubu. Want to Jackie Yeloton, as Emma has said. Want to Jackie Yeloton, oh, you cannot do something else later. But on fair video on what K1 Shibu. Who is K1? Is it not somebody like us?
Ani gbogbo wa la máa gbọ́n lójoojúmọ́ sí.
Tí àwọn tí màṣá ò bá sọ fún pilot yẹn pé kó táìsì kò lè lọ. But mo sure pé wọ́n máa ti bẹ́ẹ̀. Inú lounge ló ti ra kíní yẹn, inú lounge ló ti ra nǹkan tó gbé dání. Tí wọ́n bá jẹ́rìí, they won't complain. But ó believe pé because èèyàn wa ni. Àwọn tó kọ̀ sẹ̀ nìyẹn. Tó bá ti lè ṣẹ̀ wá.
Ní sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo tí ó yẹ kí n sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, everybody ti sọ because I'm actually on the pilot side. Mo sì pé mo fẹ́ abortion and all that stuff. Because reason is pé I would like to touch on so many things, but because of our time, I won't want to go
yes,
to that.
Yes, sir. Yes. I'm going to be timing on stuff people want to talk. So
on the religion part, you know, because of who he claims to be, because people call him an allergy. And as a result of that very alcohol, and all of that stuff. Then again, Motife touch down on the area and Pekini because the area and Pekini because you shell in Nigeria.
Most of these lawful things is a marshal as well. Continue, sir.
So those unlawful things, theory, everybody share anyhow and all of that stuff. But more day by Pekini really wants to Pekini. Nobody is above the law. Now, Mama, I'll take you back to one particular scenario many years ago. David Cameron àbí this other man tí ó wà ń bẹ̀gbà tí Obama jẹ president America. But ìkọ́nù àméjì Tony Blair or Tony Cameron ni. Wọ́n ní ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé ó lọ ọ́fíìsì. Ìyàwó prime minister nìyẹn o, kò kì í ṣe local government o, kò dẹ̀ kì í ṣe ordinary person, ìyàwó prime minister. Ó ń lọ ibiṣẹ́, train ló gbé lọ́jọ́ yẹn. She understand? So, ó kú díẹ̀ kò late ní bó ṣe wọnú train yẹn. Kò wá ra ticket tó fi máa board. So bí àwọn ticket ṣe wọnú train bó ṣe ń wo ticket yẹn. Ìgbà tí wọ́n máa dé ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀, ó wá sọ fẹ́ yẹn pé kó jọ pé òun ti late ni, pé tóun bá ti dé bus stop òun máa ra kí náà porúkọ ẹ̀ ìyẹn ní láì ó ní láì in as much as jẹ́ kí ní irú òfin madam ẹ gba kí náà porúkọ ẹ̀ fine ní bí ó ṣe fún Mrs. Tony Blair ní £50 ni, and then to person like that ẹ ló ní £50 ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ló san £50 ó ṣe lọ. Then ibi tí mo mọ̀ lọ gangan because tábà máa lọ wájú àtẹ̀yìn at the end of the day náà wọ́n ṣe máa blame pilot yẹn. We had almost similar scenario báyìí ní Akwa Ibom ní Nigeria. I'm coming back home now. Lady yìí kí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ that very airline yẹn àwọn gangan ni wọ́n cause a problem because of delay. Bí lady yẹn ṣe fárígá nìyẹn. I don't know if anybody knows it. Akwa Ibom relay ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Akwa Air àbíbá náà ṣe porúkọ airline yẹn ni ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀. We also what happened that very day. The reason he pekini because the woman is nobody, or anybody, and all of that stuff. Then, aside that very one, we have Ibom here. Thank you. We have another one also again. time the last election, but when one aeroplane to very constitute nuisance, one clamp on that very guy down. Now we now have this very person. Iru Iwatima Ihu. In fact, there is no different. Other than no my engineer I want all this agbiru. Come and boss you moto. Come and pull.
You know nobody is supporting Kwam1 Sao. What he
no,
did
yeah, that's no, yeah, that is what I'm saying because everybody have said all I need to say now. So, but the point where I'm going now is this: if they don't need this in the board, now what will happen in the future is that they will now start emboldening people who support this kind of a man. People like Portable, people like Bonabo, not similar to aviation. Nothing is done. And then we have the current one, Speed Darlington. Where is the case of Speed Darlington now? Now we have this very person now. You anybody in $2 Portable no ma fe se DTA. O ma ni superstar lohun. So no ma fe gberu were báyìí o ma fe gbe wọnú aviation. Kódà kan lè wọnú cockpit gun say abi ba no se pe bi ti pilot man joke say ko lọ gba pilot létí.
Hey, it's fabulous.
I understand. So until we try, because I keep telling there was one particular lady like how would Nigeria if you don't start with people like this, like you any needs to stand sorry. Although the my last investigation already, because like as it is right now, I'm not going to blame the pilot because in pilot like those who have spoken before me, those with aviation expertise and rest of them, like what they all have said, whether Omo and all of that. For me, after all, so anybody license me, she understand? Why would you want to stand right in front of the airplane? Let's not even blame garage. The park and all of that. And if you should allow that, during the military regime, it wasn't like this. Democracy in 1999, and this very one now, if you should allow this now, go to Shema Berenon, whatever no malo sheru eleyi.
Thank
you very much.
Mr. Famous, thank you. Thanks for your submission. Oriente, hold on. I need to bring somebody up to speak. Somebody said he works there. Let's hear from that person. That was about one Shishembe or something. Let me hear him out.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm a flight dispatcher with American Airlines in the States.
Okay, all right.
Okay, no. So you said you want to
analyze
the video you saw.
Yes, I understand the rules.
Can I speak before? So I'll just drop before she speaks. She understand the yeah.
Like Mr.
Matulo. Ibini.
You know lo yẹ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ next.
Yeah, before she'll just speak. Sorry, Pepper. Emiko everybody Bowie. In a nutshell, it's not just only the Kwam1. The pilot was at fault. The control tower, the people, the ground staff also were at fault. It's because I service in the country, and when something happened, I said, why should they be begging Kwam1 for what he did? They ought to have called on the security details, come arrested, because act of Kiniloshe, Nibenge, so there's no two ways about it. And some people have actually said, because and it was cool that the lady, and that lady was actually wrong. No amount of taxi, in aviation, she has no right move flight. And if you're trying to hold brief for her, she didn't taxi the normal way of planes taxi to Buffett law. She drove like a big Are you getting my point? So she, and that kind of person could move safety first. No, because Fema fly plane here in the fit of anger. So she's not only risking the life of Kwam1 at the people on ground, as well as the passengers on board. Are you getting it?
Can you prove that she's angry? Do you see her?
Bro, your voice is hard.
You can't
sorry.
what you just said. You
Mr.
can't
Topper,
prove
can
it.
you let me finish? Can you let me finish?
We cannot just be assuming. We can't just be assuming.
Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish? I have reported and recorded a whole lot of traveling, especially at the airport. And anybody, even a Stevie Wonder, could actually see the way the pilot actually moved the aircraft, that it was wrong. So there's no two ways about it. And if she wasn't a daughter of a senator, she wouldn't have taken that bold step. It's because one of you, yes, kilo feshe. So you should understand. So you should. Exactly.
Assume. That is
this one is not assumption. See, this one is not
we didn't hear it.
Mr. Tope, could you let me finish? Mr. Tope,
we didn't see.
Mr. Tope, would you let me finish?
Mr. Tope, please, Mr. Tope, listen to Mr. Amid Bakari. He is not giving you any assumption. It is what I saw he was mentioning that he is talking about right now. And I'm still right in front of the TV.
No, Sister Popo. When Mr. Amit said that he too, she's thinking that, I have somebody I can do this. That's assumption because we don't know.
Chichidope, do you know why? I was one of the first person that brought out her profile. Go and check when it happened. And if you know Nigeria, I service take Boju. The people on the ground. So even when Fan actually came up with the statement, it's not just the control tower and all of that. Everybody who are wrong.
Oh.
Everyone.
Mr. Amid is actually investigative journalist.
I remember him now.
Everyone.
What change profile picture almost
Emma White everyone who are wrong. Trajectory that in babo ni sin láti be 2 or 3 weeks ni sin ni pé àwọn apá kan ó ṣe mo like be ṣe create summation pé tó bá pé kò ń ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú ni ọmọ pilot yẹn ni nǹkan tá we economy. That was one of the reasons we quickly brought out the identity of the pilot. Pé kò ń sọ pé ejo no one. Are you getting my point? Everyone were at fault. And Tabaso Pay Afeshi Google everybody to one the diaspora might pay on in other climb. She on that climb, Toba be requant and if I'm a bridge was a basic on my own remote to my on my coffee. Koni Malen Watima Soro Pay unfair explained by Nissin in Nukinigalo Sutumawa because you can't tell what he has at the back of his mind. The way they conflict will fail and you people are failing to understand me. Kasalaba majete de repeat gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri ní àgbáyé ní sọ pé 1 minute ni pilot yẹn rí pé wọ́n ti meet mi máa ṣe kíni when in the state of emergency mo lè fún ní kíni tàti record tàti cover up ní few days ago tó yẹ pé èèyàn kan ọmọ gan ó ṣubú látòrí air flight tó wọ́n láti stop ẹ̀ èyí tó fẹ́ máa bọ̀ wọ́n láti stop èyí tó mọ kí nǹkan tí control tower wà ń bẹ̀ fún nìyẹn. So we shouldn't be hiding behind the finger when something like this comes up. Kílẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ṣe tó lè sọ fún Kwam1 pé yes sir we to ṣe nítorí láwáyé tó fẹ́ wá gba tó sọ pé kíní ẹ mọ̀ pé
wọ́n ní ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú kọ́ ni pilot o Mr. Amid o.
Yorùbá ni fẹ́ so stop missing my boy. I'm just trying to
there I just don't want to put any they said it's
no. So the thing is Amam Shuju Shaju and it was actually cool. The minister has actually issued a statement and we should go by it. Fan also issued a statement. We should go by and we'll see the outcome of it. But yes, apologize. No, Oma face consequence action so that Oma deterrent for other people, regardless of who he really is. Because he is trying, people will be thinking he's trying to use the proximity he has with the president. Do you get it? That's why he feels like to see one more standard the King was you so this particular issue will be looked into. Ocho, Eshe, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amid. Thank you, sir.
Now, I saw the video on TVC, on YouTube by a TC channel, and I could see the way the whole drama happens on the tarmac right? K1 is at fault. The pilot, especially the captain, is at fault. The ground crew, they are all at fault.
Bam!
The three of them.
Everybody's at fault.
Now, let me just bring out one point on each person's fault. When aircraft closes the door, they request for clearance. When control tower gives you clearance, they give you EDECT time. EDECT time means the times for your wheels up. When you miss that time, you will have to wait for another bank time, right? Now, I want to believe that the captain already got a clearance. Now, having K1 into the scene to cause another delay for the captain must have been, let me say, the captain should decide, let it taxi out, but she was wrong. She was not supposed to move. And even if at all, I'm talking on a professional level now. Even if at all, if she knows she's going to miss its time, which is a wheels up time, which is a clearance time, she can call ATC and let them know the reason why she cannot
wait for the next time they will give
that point. And the reason is because the moment she moved, when I saw the video, I was like, no, this is not professional. This is very, very wrong.
And the way
the moment she moved and the rate at which she speed up was very, very wrong. That is not how we taxi, right?
I said
now, she cannot tell me that she didn't see ground crew over the window. No, she cannot deny it. She knew people were around and she was not supposed.
They said because K1 is not wearing reflective. And I said it's not only K1 that is there. People around K1 were wearing reflective jackets.
There were many. When she started moving, I saw some of the reflective jacket guys trying to dodge.
Yeah, the
wing.
Reflective jacket guys, they ran away from the flight.
Yes,
I don't understand him.
I saw that. She was wrong. They need to investigate her. And first thing they have to do is to go about doing alcohol testing. That is what we do here. When you mess up,
so they need to check the pilot for alcohol.
Yes. Both pilot and the FO. FO at this time have the to say because the captain, as long as the door or aircraft has all authorities, every authority over that plane. So even if the Air Force suggests whatever and see what's up.
No, I don't think the alcohol was poured on the pilots. I think one of
No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about.
Not you. I'm just replying to comment section. Sorry.
Okay. So the FO the first officer might give a suggestion, a valid one, to restrain the captain from moving. But because the captain has it in mind that I'm not going to miss my EDEC time, I'm leaving. That is very, very wrong. For her to even move at first,
okay,
it's very wrong. Secondly, for the second person who is at fault, K1 was not supposed to act the way it did out there. And it was supposed to be removed by the law enforcement. But as Nigeria concerned, Iluti Osofin Koseshe, that is what is reigning in Nigeria. That is why a police officer can be begging or saying, I'm sorry to someone who breached the protocol. It is very, very wrong. What he did out there was very, very wrong. Then the last person, the last set of group of people that were wrong are those wearing reflective jacket. They should know better. When aircraft when you have your red beacon light on, when the captain turn on the red beacon light, no single soul should move near that aircraft except a pushing truck.
I don't know. I think it's the fact that he's the one. They couldn't touch him. If it was somebody else,
Can he come to this country and do the same thing? Never. In fact, he won't even have access to the tarmac, not to talk of moving so close to the wing of the aircraft. And you know the funny thing? I don't know if they allowed this aircraft to take off, but if they did, ATC is at fault. That is another set of people they need to look into. Why would you allow this aircraft to take off with the drama on the ground? There is no way Nigeria will tell me that there is no camera. That would be a big lie. They should look into the camera from control tower and see the drama down there. If they don't have camera, let them use binocular and see what was going on down there. The captain was not supposed to be ọjọ́ kí iléeṣẹ́ tí mo bá ṣiṣẹ́ ọkọ̀ òfurufú yẹn wọn jẹ́ kó wọ́n grounded wọn jẹ́ kó operate until
of course because they have to do the investigation. Because that's different.
That is
yeah,
what I'm saying.
safety mayor. Safety mayor.
Mr. Toye, that is exactly what I'm telling you. That tó bá yẹ pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nnamdi Azikiwe wípé èèyàn kan ó engine wa lọ sọ̀kẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn on my ground aircraft.
Yeah, that is different.
That's what I'm telling you. That is what I'm trying to say. Every single of them involved are wrong. From the pilot down to K1, down to the ground crew, down to ATC.
What she's saying is like, if it became fatal for my ground aircraft.
Of course. You got me but you did not give me a chance to say something. That was why I said, that is why Timoshe mentioned up to today, aircraft here, Otiwa, desert. There's a place we call desert. It become aircraft law for maintenance and all that. Some of them are condemned, or come your part to my useful for whatever, right? We call it desert. So now tell me, in Nigeria, do you expect NCAA? NCAA low one ni in charge. NCAA. Do you think they will allow that aircraft cooperate again? Laying to the socket your engine because from the TV, from what I saw, anybody can get sucked through the engine. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, bye.
I exited the cockpit and approached Mr. Ayinde to engage him amicably. Without warning, he poured the flask and poured the contents on me. He actually poured it on Ewani Kiyama Konwalese. Any come out want to be more oh my God.
Even hello Sisi Dupe.
Oh my God.
Ori e gan níbí báyìí gan kí captain kó máa ní conversation pẹ̀lú passenger.
Oh my God. That means they even accorded him so much respect. The captain came down to speak to you amicably. Mr. Tope Jekin Katon. Oh my God. Without warning, he opened the flask and poured the contents on me. The security personnel and some nearby passengers. Okay, he poured it on me, the security personnel, and some nearby passenger. So not just the captain. So the captain, security personnel, nearby passengers. Following this assault, airport security intervened and the other passengers were allowed to continue boarding. The head of security advised Mr. Ayinde should not be permitted to travel on the flight due to his behavior. I agreed, prioritizing the safety of the passenger and crew, which makes sense.
That is
after shutting the aircraft, I observed Mr. Ayinde was still near the aircraft, obstructing the movement. I made a public announcement to inform passengers of the delay while security personnel worked to remove him from the area. Once he was removed out of sight, I commenced taxiing and departing for Lagos at approximately 8:50. So it started from 8:10, he left 8:50. But she is saying
40 minutes.
No, 40 minutes here. Only the boarding started at 8:05. So the boarding So what I'm saying is they are not waiting there, for K1 per se, but they are boarding. But what she now wrote here, she had English here. Only once he was out of sight. Once he was out of sight, which means, like me mo ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, which means òun as pilot, òun ò rí mọ́, ó ti wà out of sight. So, this incident caused significant delay, disruption, and posed safety risks to passenger crew and the operation of the flight. Oh my God. Mr. Tope, a round up. Daddy mi ò fún mi lọ́rọ̀ sọ. Wọ́n fún mi lọ́rọ̀ sọ rárá. Ẹ continue, Mr. Tope, mo ti dákẹ́ mi tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. Mo ti dákẹ́. Mr. Tope o, ẹ on mute o. Can you guys hear me?
Àgbọ́yé mama.
Mr. Tope sir.
Daddy yín ò fún wa lọ́rọ̀ sọ.
Ṣé kí ni tí mo kà í sí ló mú Mr. Tope lọ báyìí sí?
Ó dàárọ̀.
Mr. Franklin ẹ má lọ o. Ẹ má sọ nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ yẹn ẹ̀dẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ ṣé ń jí.
Ó ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ daddy yìí o.
Ìgbà lè ṣì máa sọ. Nǹkan tí mo
ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ daddy yìí sí sínú pẹ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ lómi sọ̀rọ̀.
Mr. Tope sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ lómi sọ̀rọ̀.
I'm coming, ma.
I will come back.
All right, okay.
I'm coming,
Daddy
ma.
Olukayode.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to make my submission.
Thank you, sir. Ó tọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta, Daddy Olukayode ṣe wà okay, sir.
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Very fine. I've just been busy. So busy. Now, let me go to my submission.
Yes, sir.
Tá bá gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Tí gbogbo nǹkan báyìí ò bá tiẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀, I believe K1 to be a role model to our youths. In the status K1 is today, we look people like them as statesmen, not only politicians or people who have been in government are called statesmen. And this is somebody who had a lot of vast experience about traveling internationally and locally. Kò yẹ kó débi tó dé yìí rárá. He bought a business ticket, and every business ticket in a local flight, they come in first. And we all know the ways our tarmacs are being built in Nigeria for local flights. They bring them from the departure hall by bus to the aircraft on the tarmac. So people who gave him a boarding pass may not know or see that container. Maybe it was when he got into the tarmac about boarding, they saw that container. At least I saw 4 or 5 different videos of what transpired. They've been arguing this thing, and some passengers were boarding. That means they've been on the issue not for 5 minutes, not for 10 minutes, not for 15 minutes. For crying loud, ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa. Tí K1 bá jẹ́ àgbàlagbà tó mọ rẹ̀ lágbà, ó yẹ kó take leave ẹ̀ kúrò lórí támákì. Ó yẹ kó rò pé àgbàlagbà lòun pé ìjọ̀gbọ̀n wo lòun fẹ́ fà bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí lòun fẹ́ kí ọ̀wọ́n ọmọ wọn àbí ọ̀wọ́n ọ̀rẹ́ wọn mọ́ wọn kọ́ máa sọ sọ́wọ́n ọmọ wọn pé bàbá yín ló ń ṣe yàmàyàmà yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá bàbá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ni. It's a big shame. To me, I'm not blaming the pilot for anything. Forget the pilot submission now. If the pilot can take it on her own to come down, when we enter planes, going home or going even on local flights across America, Taiwan, we don't see the captain. It is maybe when you are about board Lumbu for who he is. He's a principled and a smart person. He won't like it. It's a shame on Nigeria as a whole. People we call our celebrity disgracing us. It's a big shame. These are one of the things that all these Western worlds they compile together to embarrass us. We don't want to see Naija ló pọ̀ jù. Go to big hospital in New York here. When you see names on the doors of offices, who are medical directors, who are chief consultants, chief surgeons, orúkọ Naija ló máa rí. Orúkọ òyìnbó nínú mẹ́fà. Lójútì ẹni tó ń pè yẹn gan tí kò ní wú ẹ pé àgbáyẹyẹ lẹ́ni yìí. It's bad. What he has done is bad. I'm not blaming the pilot for anything.
Daddy Lukayode, nobody is excusing him, but are you saying that no single iota of blame for the pilot? I understand that K1 did wrong.
Excuse me. I will tell you the reason why I say I have no blame for the pilot. One, the marshal is there. Two, the control tower is there. The marshal clears you. He's not going to stand with you. He's going to clear another plane. And with no procedures. Most of Nigerian airlines, they don't have enough aircraft to position in all airports. Bóyá bí plane yẹn bá ṣe ń dẹ́kun, ó ń pick àwọn èèyàn lọ sí Owerri, àbò ń pick wọn lọ sí Kano. It is not likely he comes back to Abuja. That is how things are done. Why can't we obey simple instruction? The moment the control tower gives a pilot the signal to fly, he has to go. Tí ò bá ti lọ, he's going to wait for another turn. He's going to apply again to fly. And there are consequences for it in the aviation industry. Do you want to tell me the control tower does not see what is happening? That airport is an international airport, for that matter, being run locally and internationally. And the same control tower they use. You want to tell me the control tower is not seeing what is happening? If you look at most of the videos that came out, even before the plane decides taxing off, they push K1 off now. He decides walking back himself. Báwo làgbàlagbà tí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe láńgbáláńgbá torí ẹ̀gbọ́n ló jẹ́ sábà pọ̀ lọ́jọ́ orí wọn. Kò ń ṣerú wọn ló yẹ kó bá nínú gbogbo ìranù yẹn. Let's put sentiment off. For the fact pé pilot yẹn sọ̀kalẹ̀ ó wá bá sọ̀rọ̀. Iyì wo ló tún tó yẹn? Kò sí ìtótó yẹn. O ní òun gbogbo kiri ó pàdé yìí. Èwo ló máa mú nu méjèèjì? Iyì ló máa mú náà. You drop the fucking money. This thing is applicable to most of our celebrities, most of our big wigs in Nigeria. It happens. We've seen local flights being delayed for big wigs in Nigeria. When I go home, it happens. Because I was in the government before I retired. I retired and I came back home. Here, they would delay me. Bóyá minister kan ló fẹ́ wọlé, minister protocol officer ti pè airline. they will delay and they will be telling you we're sorry, we're trying to check one or two things. It is when that person comes in, never more, we pay motherfucker. That is the problem with our people. We don't value ourselves. We only value the rich people. And that was what really happened that yesterday. In the first system, who is he calling? Does he even have the right to spill the alcohol on the pilot and some passengers and some other crews? That is the highest level of
disrespect. Yeah.
Disrespect to every fellow human beings. He needs to give a serious apology to that pilot and to everybody he has spilled that water or that alcohol on. Let's tell ourselves some realities. These are the things that bring shame to majority of us. So they don't know when you to be that week. So they don't know when you GFK. At any airport in America. You can't do it. Why do we come to diaspora? We obey their rules. But when we go back home, we disobey our own rules. Is it the money we have? Let's stop all this. And this is why we are not seeing most of our elder statesmen, our big men, as role models to our youth. We don't see them. Because instead of them being a role model, they become a terror, which some of our youth emulate when they are able to get some little change in their hand. The ego will rise up and full of arrogancy. No, I'm disappointed in him because he's somebody I respect.
Thank you, Daddy Olukayode. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your submission.